Hello, my name is Roman Ginjihashvili, and this is the DVD I'm recording now and presenting to you, made by multiple requests of our customers. This is the DVD. They wanted little more material on Grand Prix, the way against Sicilian, the way it was played, and the way it could be played. Let me tell you something, and the format of DVD is going to be a little bit different from all the others. What I'm trying to do here, I'm trying to present you some of the games played lately by me, and I'm presenting my own games only for one and only one reason, because I think I know this system and variations and basic plans better than anyone, because I am the creator. That's the way it works in most of the areas of life. And this is one. And second, I want you to explain you the value and importance of playing this opening. You have to understand first few ground rules. This opening does not guarantee you edge after the opening, but guarantees you absolutely the edge in preparation. If you follow closely what we're going to look, edge in preparation and planning for a middle game. Well, we're going to I'm going to give you just this little example. I play this on the internet against quite strong players, some grandmasters, some IMs, some high-rated players. And I have to tell you this. Despite the fact that the game are in a blitz mode, you have to take in consideration that players are very high-rated and their opening play is just as good as anyone's in the tournament game. They don't normally high-rated player never thinks on opening moves. They think about them at home, and when they play the game, they execute their product of thinking already prepared on the board. Nevertheless, this is the amazing facts. I play and win against these players in the opening about 40% of my game. Another 20% or 30% even, which is going to make about 70, I am getting big opening advantage. So 40% I nearly win, and in 30% more I get big advantage. So here is 70% of absolutely stunning opening productivity. So results. So this is absolutely reliable and good opening. There is in no variation. I wouldn't speculate. There is in no variation white has a disadvantage. Everywhere in a worst case scenario, we keep about balanced position. And I want to show you number of games played lately I emphasize lately, so they played maybe in last, I don't know, few months, all these games. And I like to play on internet primarily to test this system. And boy, this system did have greatest results of all the openings. So now let's look at some games, the way they continued, and you will see some devastating results right in the opening. So this game was played against me against some uh, GM online, and the game went like this: Grand Prix. And this is knight d4 variation, probably the most popular castle. And the moves made by a grandmaster playing black cannot be too bad, and probably they are very logical, and probably something that he would play also in a tournament. Let's see the result. And after this move, well, black hasn't done anything bad. They developed all their pieces, they castle, and they have terrible position. Terrible position because all of a sudden black has kind of problem comfortably protecting the d4 pawn. They're, of course, they're not going to lose this pawn by force, but there is no good way to protect it. Queen b6 was played. Now, why was played queen b6 and not knight c6? Knight c6 after f5 creates a big problem. The threat is f6, and it's very uncomfortable for black. So in this position, queen b6 was played. And well, what I did here, it's very important. You see that queen on b6 is not protected. So what do we do here? c3. Show you. Game went almost the same as previous opening, but black delayed knight c6, and now we play now bishop c4. Why do we give check and then play bishop c4? I've explained on previous DVDs a couple of times about this opening that it has to do with some theory that after knight c6, bishop in some variation stands better, black's bishop on c8 than on d7. And why? I'm going to show you it in a moment. If white goes d3, e6 variation, that's where bishop e3, and after knight e7, we can go d4. So if bishop was on c8, black could have played d5, but bishop blocking the queen, and d5 is not possible. So this is also can happen in a couple of different variations. So let's see what happened in a game. So here, that's what happened. Knight takes d4, And now a6. Well, a6 is to prevent, for example, in case of castling, knight b5. And you see, that's another reason why queen shouldn't block, bishop shouldn't block the queen. Now d6 pawn is probably lost. So black played a6, white castled, and I think I have a serious advantage here. If black castles after queen d2 and rook a to d1, d6 pawn is very weak, and bishop on d7 stands badly.